Before we get into the video, let me show you this funny clip.
That was underwhelming.
Hopefully you enjoyed that clip. That was actually pretty funny. I want to see if you heard of this game before I even mention it. All right, are you ready for the answer? 3, 2, 1. So the game is called Veiled Experts. It is a free-to-play third-person shooter from NEXON. You know, a lot of people, when they hear the word NEXON, they think of Mabinogi, they think of MapleStory, but you know, lately they've been releasing a bunch of other new and exciting games. For example, The First Descendant, which is a third-person Warframe game, Warhaven, which is basically chivalry, but on a large-scale third-person combat mode, which, you know, is really fun. I have a lot of videos on my channel about it, so if you want to check it out, you know, subscribe. And, you know, there's also this game, Veiled Experts. So the only thing I gave you so far is that it's a third-person shooter. What kind of third-person shooter is it? It is a hero-based third-person shooter with a wide range of characters for you to choose from. From a sniper, to a shotgun expert, to a knife maniac, to a person who uses a bow for some reason. You have just about everything. And there's going to be more characters added to the game as time goes on. And so one of the key phrases that they use to describe the game is, you know, you reinvent your tactics. You got to play hard or you're going to die hard. So the terrain will be changing when the bomb explodes. And there's also violent weather effects that happen as well. They also have a magnetic field that closes in on some of the bomb sites. Yes, you heard that right, bomb sites, because this is basically CSGO, but in a third-person setting. So why is there a magnetic field that closes in? Kind of like Fortnite, right? Why is there a Battle Royale style magnetic field that closes in? Number one reason, to prevent camping. Yes, that's right. So this game is doing everything in their power to dissuade people from camping as much as possible. Why? Well, because you're using a third-person camera, you can corner peek really easily, right? And so they have scan grenades, scanning fields, a magnetic field that closes in, a lot of abilities that just reveal people's locations. They have a lot of things that, you know, prevent camping as much as possible. So it's actually really frowned upon for you to be camping. And then they also have a bunch of gadgets that you're able to buy in the game as well. So that to change the tide of battle, from a juggernaut to a can, which is basically a scanning drone, even grenades, bandages, armor plates, just about everything you need. And so what makes this game different compared to other games? Well, one, each of the characters are absolutely very unique, and the game is absolutely smooth to play. They use motion capture to capture the movement of each of the characters, and the gunplay and just the whole game's movement system. For me personally, I think it's tremendously good. And so the other game that you think of when you think of Veiled Experts being a third-person bomb defusal game is Rogue Company. So I actually went back and played Rogue Company. I actually have a video of me trying it out in 2023 on the channel. I did not like it. The game feels super outdated. It feels very clunky. This game really spoils you. And so, you know, when you play the game and you feel the combat, you feel the movement, you're going to be tremendously surprised by how well the movement is. And so, you know, that's what kind of makes it different compared to other games, right? This game is 100% free to play, and season 1 is literally starting very soon, October 12th, 2023, unless things change. And so I've been making a lot of content about this game, right? And I'm really excited for season 1 because this is also going to be the introduction of the battle pass system, which is going to be super exciting because if you see here, I have a lot of customization already just for playing the game in the early access, and these were all obtained during the early access period, and I'm really excited and happy that I have these. A lot of them are really beautiful, right? And so when season 1 drops for this game, I am going to be so excited. There's going to be new maps, maybe a new character, and the battle pass is going to be really crispy. It's going to add the progression system that a lot of people are sorely missing out on. And the devs are pretty open about what the problems are for the game, what they want to fix, what they want to change as well. For example, one of the big problems is new players have a tough time sticking around. So what did they do? They created an entire rebrand of the Lepton system to what you see now, which is basically choosing between two passives. And so they simplified the whole game structure so that new players will have an easier time getting into the game, while the veteran players will still have some options to choose from as well. So it's a really good like give and take system that they built in, just trying to make the game overall much better and just nicer to play. And they also do pretty frequent dev streams, albeit it is in Korean, so we have to wait for like a translation before I can actually read it, but they do like pretty frequent dev streams as well, talking about what they think is good, what they think is bad, what needs to change, etc. They also acknowledge all of the problems that the game faces, and they want to address it as fast as possible. For example, there's an increase in skill difference between new and old players, because the old players, I'm a prime example. We are way too good at the game now because we've been playing it for so long that when a new player joins, we just absolutely destroy them. And it's not fun for the new player. And you know, when they feel that happening, do they stick around? Probably not, right? So that's something that they're trying to fix as much as possible. And so one of the comments that said is, you know, the issue of low concurrent player count is well recognized, and unfortunately our retention rate for new players hasn't been as strong as we'd hoped. With the diminishing player pool, newcomers often find themselves up against veteran players who are well versed in various in-game mechanics. This tends to ruin the gaming experience for them, and new players often struggle to familiarize themselves with these in-game mechanics, causing an additional barrier to their enjoyment of the game. So, you know, just hearing that from the devs themselves saying that, yeah, this is a problem, we need to address it, is actually kind of cool. And then they also talk about self-objectification, where they say they have taken a moment to reflect on which elements are essential in their game and which might not resonate with the players. And they discovered through feedback that fast-paced third-person combat and action are what we find most enjoyable, which I fully agree. And on the flip side, the in-game economy of the buy menu and character aspect need improvement. And so team upgrades, they removed that. The Lepton system, they simplified it. Character abilities, they reworked it, made it much more impactful. So just seeing like all these changes happening in the early access period makes me really hopeful for the actual full launch of the game. Season 1 is just going to be the first step in the game's absolute growth. Now, what will season 1 bring? There's going to be a lot, but right now, as of recording this, I don't have that information for you. But if you hit subscribe, when that information comes, I will be able to tell you exactly what you need to know. Apparently, while I was recording this, they dropped the information about the season 1 release, and they showed off a lot of the stuff that's coming with the season 1 launch and on October 12th. Check it out. If you subscribe, you're also going to see the funny moments that me and my friends create from this game as well. Overall, I'm just really hopeful for the game's future, and I'm really excited to see this game grow, and I want to grow alongside it. And if you haven't already, try the game out for yourself. Play it, enjoy it as much as possible. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and you know, if you don't mind the ping, because I do live in Japan, let's queue up sometime. Join the Discord. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.